Welcome to the Historical Unknowns channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. In 1961, Soviet Dr. Leonid Rogozov, part of an Antarctic expedition, developed acute appendicitis. With no way to evacuate due to a storm, he decided to perform surgery on himself. Assisted by an engineer and a meteorologist, he used a mirror, administered local anesthesia, made a 12 centimeters incision, and removed his appendix. The surgery lasted 30 to 40 minutes, and within 5 days, he fully recovered. The Soviet government awarded him the Order of the Red Banner of Labor. Although self-surgery is generally seen as a psychological distress indicator, in 1939, Afro-American actress Hattie McDaniel won an Oscar for her role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind, directed by Victor Fleming. She became the first African-American to win an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. At a time when African Americans were treated as second-class citizens, especially in the South, her win was groundbreaking. In her acceptance speech, she thanked the Academy and expressed hope to always be a credit to her race and the film industry. In 1860, London workers, experienced in mining, began constructing the metro. Initially powered by steam locomotives with wooden carriages, it was more of an underground train. The first 6 kilometers line opened on January 10, 1863, carrying 38,000 passengers on its first day, a notable success. Electric underground railways began appearing between 1900 and 1908. The London Metro, inaugurated in 1863, is the world's oldest underground transport system and the first to use electric trains. Today, it boasts 270 stations and a total length of 400 kilometers. During World War II, its tunnels served as bomb shelters. October 1942, World War II rages on. Logistics become crucial in prolonged wars. During World War II 1939 to 1945, countries like Great Britain, the USA, the Soviet Union, Nazi Germany, and Japan produced a total of 789,671 aircraft. Aircraft tires needed replacing to every 100 landings, leading to a massive tire shortage. With rubber just starting to be industrialized, the solution was wooden wheels. A fun fact, the father of rubber, Charles Goodyear, introduced rubber into everyday life in the 1940s, but he has no connection to the tire company Goodyear. This photo, taken by Grace Robertson in 1956 London, captures a delightful scene. Well-dressed women, far from childhood, ride a carnival boogie-woogie ride that goes up and down. Their laughter and reactions to the wind lifting their skirts are heartwarming. In the back, some women are yet to join in the fun, but those near the camera are thoroughly enjoying themselves. Who are these women? They belong to the Good Neighbors, Good Friends Club. In this 1916 photo from northern France, we see a mobile pigeon loft operated by 4 personnel. What was its purpose? During the bloody and gas-filled Battle of Verdun in WWI, the French army used this mobile loft to send messages to isolated groups. Designed by Berliet, a French auto and truck manufacturer, this 2-story pigeon loft was essential for communication. One of these trucks is on display at the WWI Museum in Meaux, 40 kilometers from Paris. In the picture, a corporal is loading a wicker basket of pigeons onto the bus. These pigeons were crucial for communication between the front lines and headquarters, especially in areas where laying telephone lines was impossible. Pigeons were seen as more reliable since phones could be tapped, but pigeons could not. 5th Army photographic boxcar getting off the ferry, place where the photo was taken, Ardennes, France, where the bloody conflicts of the First World War took place. Photographer S.G.T. Eichelberg, SC, the 18th of November 1918. Photographs taken from aircraft are often used to gather military intelligence. Let's say that the photographers are Russian and they are collecting material for the frontline's propaganda. French and British photographers were mostly propaganda military personnel, not journalists but officers. American and French photographic military personnel, France, 1917. U.S. National Archives, Harry Kidd. In addition to photographers, there are also reporters. They also write the stories of the war. News from the Far East coming soon. In a newly discovered photo from 1942, members of the fascist paramilitary group Herden in Norway are seen undergoing medical examinations by German military doctors. These checks were part of the Aryan race control to select suitable candidates for a future Norwegian Nazi army. Many Herden members volunteered to fight alongside Nazi Germany or served as guards in various prison camps. These photos were handed over to the Telemark Museum in Norway in 2015 by photographer Trond Haugen. According to Haugen, his family took over the Jensen Studio photo shop in downtown Skien 50 years ago. In the basement of this old shop, a box containing 150 to 200 high-quality photos was found. These images documented the National Collection activity and the collaboration between Herden and the SS in Skien in 1941-42. Haugen's story was met with skepticism, but the archive was a significant find. World War II is raging on. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, Americans aren't feeling too kindly towards the Japanese. The ship's deck is crowded, with nearly the entire crew, all watching in shock and curiosity as a naked Japanese POW is being processed. The prisoner looks frail, with shaved hair, crouching in front of two buckets and a bar of soap on the ground. An American soldier stands over him with a sturdy wooden baton, his expression anything but kind. The faces and body language of the other soldiers show a mix of ridicule, pity, hatred, and curiosity. This powerful photograph was taken by Charles Fenno Jacobs in December 1944. Camille Genetzi, a Belgian driver, famously chauffeured his wife on the back of his electric racing car, Jamais Content, styled like a wedding carriage, with flowers. This vehicle, powered by 25 kilowatts motors, set the first land speed record in automobile history, exceeding 100 kilometers per hour in 1899 near Achiers, France. September 1956. IBM produced the first hard disk computer, the 305 or AMAC. This computer has a hard disk with a capacity of 5 megabits. The hard disk weighed more than a ton. The photo shows the hard disk being loaded onto the plane. The British airline company's Falcon Airways Hermes 4GA LDC plane, which operated between 1959 and 1961, did not hold the brakes during landing at London Southend Airport and proceeded to the railway right in front of the airport and remained there. Shenfield Southend Railway Line is a very busy line. If the train had passed at that time, the disaster would have multiplied. There were 76 passengers on the plane that fell during its landing on October 9, 1960. 5 of them were injured. The others went home without any problems.